What's up, guys? So yeah, I gotta what's up, Jalen? Going good, man. How you doing, brother? Sister, brother, people? I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what time it is. Oh, brother. It's going good. It's going very good, actually. I made a new pair of Batmans today. I ordered like so many of these on so many of these from Amazon, and just put the Batman stickers on them. But anyway, yeah. So let me before I get started on this, I want to make sure that as many people get to hear this as possible because not AFCE, FACE. Right on. It's good to hear. Not having to work no more is pretty cool. Brother Jamie just went live too. I'll get I just have to make a disclaimer about some of the stuff that I said last night or yesterday actually. On the episode about my mom, Mother's Day episode. Who should be blocked on this channel by now. I'm pretty sure that's a... Alright, let me go in here and share this. Yep. Making some further statements referring to my Mother's Day episode. Share. All right. Well, Jalen, just to catch up on it, I pretty much just oh goodness, I pretty much just told me and my mom don't have a good relationship at all, and she's not part of my life, and that's my doing that but you'll have to listen to the episode yesterday to kind of get what I mean, but I don't talk to her. I haven't in years, and don't care to or whatever. But she texted my mom. All right, so if you guys didn't watch the episode yesterday, I'll give you a quick rundown. My mom had nothing to do with me as a kid. She left me and my dad when I was 2 years old, and she had nothing to do with me until I got in this accident when I was 8 years old and came into a good bit of money. And it's quite all right, Jalen. I appreciate the sympathies, however, or you know what I mean, the understanding. I appreciate the being on the same page. I got in this accident when I was 8 years old. Came into some money, and my mom showed up back in my life. And then after I grew up, after I became an adult, I realized that she had just manipulated me my entire life to get to the money that I had. And once that happened, she didn't need me anymore, basically. So I went years and years and years without hearing from her or anything like that, or her trying to contact me, because I asked her not to, and she finally started contacting me one day, and it's probably because she might think that I'm doing well financially, which I'm not at all, and that's probably what it is. And she's because there's no other motivation that she has, but she sent my dad a text message today, and she sent my dad a text message saying something about things that him and my stepmom had said about her that she heard me say in yesterday's episode. And I did not. I remember the exact thing that she's talking about, and just having me say that my stepmom reminded me of when I was a kid, that I would get my clothes packed in my suitcase for the weekend and wait for her to come pick me up, and she'd never come pick me up. And that my stepmom just said, I remembered seeing that when you were little and felt so bad and felt so sorry. And I had forgotten about that, but that really happened, and I remember that, and I'd forgotten about it until she reminded me. But that's the thing that I said yesterday in the episode. And apparently my mom goes and sends my dad a text message about about God knows what, about her or him and my stepmom saying something about her. And he was like, man, I just wish you would like send her a message or something like that. And I'm not going to send her a message. I'm going to do this right here. Obviously she figured out a way to watch the episode yesterday. Maybe she'll figure out a way to watch this one and see that, yeah, the entire time that I was a child, my entire childhood, nobody from my dad's side of the family at all said anything negative about my mom, ever. None of them ever said anything negative about my mom, because they would always say, she's your mama, you shouldn't say that. She's your mama, because I would say negative stuff about her, and they would always say, she's your mama, don't say that. And none of them ever said anything at all negative about my mom when I was a kid. But my mom would just steady talk shit about them, about all of them, and just talk just all kinds of stuff about my dad or my granny and my Aunt Marie. She'd talk about all of them. And I don't know. And it's just so funny that my mom will send my dad a message like, well, I heard on the podcast yesterday. I don't know how it went. He didn't tell me the exact. The words she used, but he said basically she listened to the podcast and she heard that that they had said something about her, something negative about her or whatever. And the funny thing is they never did when I was a child. And I guess she was trying to I don't know, whatever, just start shit or something like that, because that's how she is. And I don't know, we both know how she is. And he's like, I just don't want her messaging me. I don't want to be in the middle of this mess. And I know that's the truth. I get you, Jalen, 100%. Yeah, I was trying. That's what I meant. Not the sympathy was the wrong word, but yeah, what you're saying is exactly what I was trying to. The point I was trying to get across. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. But anyway, yeah. And I agree. I told him, I was like, man, I'm in the same boat, bro. I just don't want to deal with the negativity of just all the other stuff. And he did tell me this. I don't know if I should vent all of this stuff, but that's what I do. So I'm gonna. But he told me that, he said, just whatever you do, just make sure, even to this day, after all my mom has done, even to this day, he still says, if I can give you any piece of advice, just make sure that whenever you reach the end of your life, that you can reach that point with no regrets, that you won't wish that you would have done something different. And I said, you know what, man? I got to the point to where I was prepared to do something different. I was prepared to change how I felt about her, and and just basically change how I felt about her as a person and as a part of my life. But then I saw that she did the same thing to my young nephew that she did to me. And I just don't think that sort of person, that sort of negativity has any room in my life. So I basically wanted to do this video to basically just say that, yeah, my stepmom specifically, my stepmom never said a single negative word about my mom. in the entirety of my childhood. And only through, oh yeah, what's up, Liz? Yeah, the fallout, 100%. Yeah, so like my stepmom never said a negative word about my mom throughout the entire time that I was a child, ever. And she still to this day has not said anything negative about my mom, maybe outside of agreeing with something that I've said. And just being like, I brought up the fact that, you know, my mom wasn't a part of my childhood and she wasn't there when I was a child. And she had every opportunity to spend time with me when I was little and didn't. So, you know, now she doesn't get to spend time with me as an adult. And my stepmom was like, yeah, I remember when you were little boy, you would have your suitcase packed by the door and she wouldn't come pick you up. And that was the thing that I said yesterday that I'm pretty sure my mom is referring to when she texts my dad today. She is an awesome woman. She is the shit, dude. I promise she is. She's awesome. And man, in the kitchen, bro, ain't nothing like that. Dude, she's the shit. But yeah, seriously though, and don't be sorry, Liz. It's fine. I actually am more and more sorry for my dad that he's, after all of these years, that I feel bad that because because I exist, he has to deal with this. Just because if I didn't, it would she'd just be some crazy person that he knew from high school. Yeah, I mean, and it's it's just funny, man. But yeah, she's like messaging him and trying to get my address and shit, and I don't want her to ever show up to my house. I never want her to. I mean, I don't ever want to see her again as long as I live, and I don't want her to be a part. I've got a pretty good reputation music wise around here in this area, and I do pretty well as far as like a following, even here and like with the band and stuff. And I don't want her to be a part of that. I don't want her to reap any benefit from all this stuff because it's almost like, you know, you weren't here when I wasn't doing well. You weren't here when the time when I needed you the most. So I don't want you to be a part of this. Absolutely. The podcast was a while in the making. It was going to happen. And I'll probably do it every year on Mother's Day just to remind everybody that, you know, Mother's Day is definitely a day that a lot of people, I would say the majority of people, look at fondly, but not everybody looks at it that way. And my sister Sarah actually was the one who came up with the idea to do that episode last year. She said you should really talk about that because a lot of people, you know, like we all had a good experience with you know, moms and stuff like that. They all had good experiences, and it would be interesting for people to get an insight into somebody's life who did not have a good experience with a mom, because it's usually the father that people have bad experiences with. But mine is the exact opposite. Like my dad's awesome. We won't talk for 3 weeks, and then he calls me, and it's like, it ain't like, man, why you didn't call me no more? It's nothing like that. It's like we talk about shit that's going on, and like that's really cool. But yeah, I mean, my dad's awesome. And my mom was the one. She was the bad seed. So yeah, I just want to make it known that nobody. If my mom was texted, yeah, I know it was. I'm sorry for that, and I know that it's especially exhausting for a mother to hear a son talk about a mother like that. And I know that that's bad. And I'm sorry that I had to put you moms through that on Mother's Day. But sorry again. But anyway. Yeah, I just don't want to let my mom send my dad messages about stuff that didn't happen. Like, I think that she is misunderstanding something that I said, and is just basically running with it, you know, just to have a reason to bother somebody, because that's what she likes to do. She likes to bother people. Even in the line, dude, you know what used to piss me off? Here's another. We used to be in like lines at Walmart and something, and she would just start conversations with everybody. like everybody. And I'm the sort of person who kind of like just picks up on body language, and I can tell when and I've got a lot of my friends that can validate that I do this. Like, I can tell when something like is off, and just like people's body language just say, I just don't want to be talked to, I don't want to be bothered. And she would just not stop. She's just incessant with everybody that she met. That would just, yeah. Oh, well, thank you for that, Liz. That's very kind of you. But yeah, I don't know. It's just my mom is trying to manipulate the words that I said. Like I said yesterday, she's very manipulative. She's trying to manipulate my words that I said yesterday as to that my parents were my parents were talking shit about her when I was a kid. And that's not true at all. They never said anything. They would actually defend her when I would say something negative about her. And they did that all of my life. To their amazing credit, I cannot, like, I would not have been I would have been more honest. You know, I wouldn't have had pulled any punches. And I know that I shouldn't be that way, but I would have been that way. But yeah, I to my dad, to my stepmom, and my grandmother, even my Aunt Marie. My Aunt Marie didn't start. My Aunt Marie never said anything negative about my mom until like the money situation went down. Whenever she got the money, and I mean, I find out things like, you know, after I'm an adult, it all makes sense. Sugarcoated it. They 100% did. They really did. They would say, "Oh, well, your mom was busy this weekend. She couldn't come pick you up." But then I do remember my grandma I used to stay awake. I would stay awake till late after dark, just thinking that my mom was going to come pick me up. And then way late, the phone would ring, and she would answer it, or I would answer it, and it would be my mom trying to call and give some excuse on why she couldn't pick me up that weekend. And then, like I said, after the money showed up, there wasn't no problem getting mama to hang around. Like, she was always around after the money showed up. And like I said, it's been a few years now. It's been a few years now since we've actually had any kind of actual communication. Now that she sees I got somewhat of a decent following on YouTube, that maybe they did that to protect me 100%, Liz, and to their huge credit. And not only they did that to protect me, my mom's talking shit about my dad, or saying things to my dad through text message that they said negative things about her when I was a kid, when she was the one that was saying negative things when I was a kid about them. She pitted me against them and made me not want to live with them anymore. And yeah, by the way, when I said I wanted to live with my mom, I was just saying that I hate you to my grandmother and all that stuff. Like, this is all a result of my mom pitting me against them. Like that they would try to like my grandma would say, "I got a surprise for you when you get home," and I would get home and my room would be clean and it would be nice, like she would have redecorated my room or something, or moved everything around, reorganized my room, not redecorated. But yeah, just like it would be something like that, and my mom would be like, "They do this stuff to keep you away from me." Not thinking that of the 15 times that she like left me sitting by the door not picking me up, but I would think of things like that, you know, like think of things like yeah, like well, yeah, they're trying to. Granny cleaned up my room to get me to come home, and told me it was a surprise, so I'd be excited to go see it and get away from my mom, and that she would pit me against them like that. And I just, it's almost like the person who holds the secret their entire life. And yeah, 100% that is, and it's a trick that only manipulators use. It's a trick only manipulative people use, Liz. Alienation is the worst thing to do to a kid, she says. For those, actually, I'm not even doing this on audio anyway, so you guys can see the chat. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it was known that throughout my entire childhood, my parents, who are my dad and my stepmom, they're my parents, because my mom damn sure was no part of that. She has no part of that word. But my mom texting my dad saying that my parents said bad shit about her when I was a kid is absolutely false. And here's my public explanation of that being false and that not being true. So yeah, I don't want to give her any more airtime because she, quite frankly, does not deserve it, ladies and gentlemen. So, we are going to be going live tonight. Yeah, they do. They do, don't they, Liz? Divorced parents do that a lot, and the kids suffer. I get so proud of people when I see them split up, and then just be friends, because I hear that so much that some people that are close to me that split up will say, you know what, man, it's better now. We're best friends. We realize we were just roommates living together, and I love it when things like that happen, but that's often not the case. But you're right, Liz, 100%. So I will be going live tonight. It will be a little later. It'll be after the 10 o'clock hour, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I know I'm about to go over there to his live right now, Liz, and I'm done talking about noteworthy stuff. So by all means, go hang out with Jamie. And I'll be over there in a second. Yeah, so I'll be going live tonight around the 10 o'clock hour, a little after that, with brother Matt Paris of the ABC News affiliate here in Myrtle Beach, and James Phillips is also going to be here, who you guys have seen on the episode on episodes past. So definitely come back tonight around around 10. It'll be after 10 o'clock. So you'll have plenty of time to get there. Yep, see you there, Liz. I'm headed there right now. But yeah, my mom, the message from my mom, listen, don't text him anymore. Don't text him anymore. Just leave him alone. They didn't say anything negative about you when I was a kid. They stuck up for you when I would say negative things about you not coming to pick me up and things like that. They stood up for you back then. And yeah, they went to bat for you, and you kind of shit all over that. So swing and a big miss again. Sorry, but anyway, be a good person. In a world full of shitty people like my mom, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Peace, bitches.